I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing is to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing is to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. The feds have raised interest rates again. And AI is the topic of the day. No matter what the financial headlines are, be a successful investor with Phil's Gang at philsgang.com. Take advantage of the free 10-day trial for the Working Investor Program. Phil Grandy has put together the tools you need to understand the stock market with full access to the Phil's Gang website and access to Phil's Pro 2 color-coded charting software. Know with confidence when to buy, sell, and short a stock. Members also have access to Coffee Talk. Every morning at 8:30 Eastern, Phil Grandy talks about what's happening on Wall Street that day. Want to be a better investor? Then take advantage of the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. You'll find many more features and tools for the working investor. After the trial, it's just $59.95 a month for membership. Invest with the best. Phil's Gang at philsgang.com.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy this stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And welcome to Phil's Gang. I'm Phil Grandy. I don't talk politics on this show because I'm a business show. I'm here to try to help you make money. But I can't let what happened last night go by. I got to say something. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen. If you hate Trump or like Trump, I don't get it. A county prosecutor is arresting the former president of the United States, especially Georgia. That part of Georgia, they just started to wear shoes in that part of Georgia. My God. I mean, so does this mean that every county prosecutor now can take every president down? This has gotten crazy. So that's all I have to say about that. It's just it was disgusting. Terrible. If you hate Trump, if you hate him and you got an ounce of fairness, you have to say, wait a minute, this could happen to my guy. So if you're on the Democrat team and a Republican get control, they can do it to your team. That's what you got to think about. So all the Democrats, you got to think that way. Wait a minute, this isn't good because this will happen to my team one day. Because the clock always comes back to 12. You know that, don't you? You can take a clock, you can stomp on it, drown it, kick it. Always comes back to 12. And what's coming back to 12 in the economy is the blatant disregard for informing the folks as to the importance of these Treasury yields, what they're saying, the message they're delivering. If they would just be honest about the message that inverted yield curves send to the economy, people wouldn't be doing what they're doing. I mean, listen to this, making these kind of comments. Listen to this dope. Another fake Business News Network person here. I get my... There we go. Well, I guess they're not racked up. Yes, they are. Here we go.
Part of the equation here is that the economy is doing very well. And you're seeing that on Wall Street. They're all throwing in the towel on their soft landing and recession forecasts.
That's a bunch of BS. The economy's not doing well. The economy's not strong. How many times have we been told if all goes bad, the service sector would pull us out? It's just like right now, you got Germany and you got China. Now, when Germany's going down the toilet, that means all of Europe's going down the toilet. And we got China going down the toilet, that means the whole global economy's going down the toilet. That means there's nobody to pull you out. Usually there's only one country that can pull you out. It usually is China pulls us all out. But there's none. There's nobody to pull us out. And the service sector, we've been told over and over and over, don't worry, the service sector is strong. Look how many bartenders we have. Look how many waitresses we have. Look how many health people we have. Strong. Really? Well, guess what? The service sector is going to hell too. Not going to pull anybody out of anything. The service sector is fading. And all you have to do is look at the manufacturing. Manufacturing's fading, and you know manufacturing's fading because the service sector is fading. When the service sector is fading, they're not spending, and the manufacturer sector is right now at a 14-year low. Real wages. They never tell us the truth about real wages. They're not going to tell us the truth. Real wages have been dropping. They've been dropping for the past 24 months. 20 out of the past 24 months. Wages. Real wages. Durable goods came out. That's an important report. Nobody talked about it. Nobody talked about it. It was nothing. Durable goods. That is a very big report. And when durable goods orders go down, I'm talking about autos and vans and TVs and appliances, they dropped 5.2%. I know that doesn't sound like much, 5.2, so let's put it in perspective. That'd be like jumping off the Empire State Building. That's huge, 5.2%. But see, nobody wants to tell the truth. It's not in their best interest. It's not in Wall Street's best interest. It's not in CNBC's best interest. It's not in Fox Business' best interest because they need advertisers. They need advertisers. And I don't care. Most of their advertisers are auto manufacturers. And they got to pump things up. Because if the auto manufacturers, they don't see a lot of business coming in, they're not going to advertise. They cut their advertising back. And you take CNBC and you take Fox Business. They fight with each other. Fight with each other for that business. So, credit cards. Credit cards. The number of accounts passed through has increased 43% in the past 24 months. That's just 24 months. 43%. That's the highest level since 2017. Let's talk about savings. During the pandemic, savings were up 39%. Well, of course, look at the money that Biden was throwing out there. Savings today, just a little bit below 4%. That's gone. All that they blew it. They sold. They bought everything. They're broke now. The savings is gone. So what do they use in their credit cards to cover their day-to-day expenses, especially grocery shopping? And credit cards are getting maxed out now. That's a big problem because they're covering their day-to-day expenses, especially groceries. I mean, 1 month, just 1 month, the last month, credit card use has dropped by a whopping $600 billion. You know what that means? Our economy, our economic growth is going to drop because these credit cards are maxed out. They can't use them. That's why we dropped down a historic $600 billion in credit cards. They can't use them anymore. They're tapped out. That's not good for the economy. That's not good for the GDP. And, they keep bragging up, we have good GDP growth, 2.4%. Wait a minute. We came from 6.5%. And then Biden came in and it's down 2.4%. So anytime you hear how great the economy is doing from these dopes on CNBC and Fox Business and Wall Street Report, they're all lying because it's in their best interest to lie. Best interest. So the bottom line is people have been living off credit cards. Now they're in trouble. When we get back, I want to also talk about Powell, his speech today. What did he really, when you talk to Powell, when you listen to him, you got to read in between the lines or in between the words what he's really saying. So I'm going to paraphrase for you what Powell's been saying. And Powell, what he's experiencing right now is he's in real deep trouble. And he's basically apologizing for the downturn he has created in this economy. I mean, we are experiencing the largest economic downturn since the Depression. And basically what he's saying to I'm sorry, I'm in over my head. I have no idea what to do. This is what he's saying today. Remember, I'm a politician. I was appointed by a politician. I have no experience in such matters. This was really what he's saying. If you listen closely, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. And on B, she knows less. It's amazing, isn't it, the people we put in charge? They're stupid. They're dopes. And we're depending on them? Well, when we get back, take a look at some stocks, too.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, A morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street. A market wrap on that day's trading. Plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
I got here 4.23 this morning.
Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So we got to put things in perspective here. The most important thing that needs to be watched is the 10-year Treasury yield and the 3-month Treasury yield. That's all that matters. If you want to know what is the market going to do, that will tell you, especially the 10-year Treasury. It'll tell you exactly what it's going to do. Stop listening to these folks. And that 10-year Treasury yield is going to keep going higher. It's going to keep destroying our economy because the 10-year, remember, our economy depends on housing. Everything is around housing. You got to get that 10-year Treasury yield back down. You got to get back down to that 1.6%. Remember, from 2008 to November 2022, that was the end of the market. That's when we had that last crash. We went down 38% to October 2022, that infamous October. It's over. Those days are over. So the yields are no longer at 1.6%. You can't buy a home with a 2.3% mortgage. That's killing our economy. Now that yield is at 4.22. That means a home mortgage is pushing over 7%, or at 7%, and it'll start going towards 8%. That kills the economy right there. Because remember, the housing market's important because we need first-time home buyers, because the first-time home buyer is the important buyer, because they always ladder up, they keep going. And the first-time home buyer, they spend a lot of money. They have to buy a lawnmower, they have to buy furniture. It's not the rich that move our economy or grows our economy. It's the hardworking folks on Main Street. If you want to know what the economy's going to do, ask the guy on Main Street. Don't ask Wall Street. They're going to lie to you. Main Street. Anytime you really want to know what the economy's going to do, other than looking at the 10-year Treasury yield and the 3-month Treasury yield, just go to any little store in your town. Go to a dry cleaner's. Next time you're at your how's business? You're going to say it sucks. And then you're going to hear on CNBC or Fox Business how great it is. Everything's terrific. They always tell you everything's terrific. in your town, go to a bakery. I'll tell you a good place to go to. Go to a butcher shop. They'll tell you just how bad the economy is. See, once that 10-year Treasury yield left, I mean, just think about it. For 13 years, we're keeping these rates too low for too long. And we put so much money into the economy, we flooded our economy with money. That's why they do that. So the banks flood, they put the loans out there. They put liquidity into the economy, oxygen into the economy. Now that 10-year Treasury yield is sucking the oxygen out. And the worst one is the 3-month, because that's the rate at which your bank pays for money, your local bank that you go down and get a car loan, whatever, or you want a little construction loan to build on a porch or something, that's where you go get a home improvement loan. It's that 3-month Treasury. Before, the bank was paying 1/10 of 1%. 1/10 of 1%. Not even 1/4%. 1/10 of 1%. Now it's at 5%, above 5%. So don't let anyone tell you that everything's fine again. No, it's not. And I told my members this morning that this market, I believe, we're going to go right through that October low of 2022, and we're going to go down to the low of that pandemic drop we had. Remember we had that pandemic drop? The market crashed about 32%. Right before that, 2018, we had about a 28% crash. But we're going to end up between those two areas. We're going about 50%. The market's going about 50% lower than where it is now. Why? Because that last rally we had after the pandemic, remember what they did? To get that rally, they went from, I think, 2.6% back down to like I think it was 1.3%. So they staged this last rally, and after that big drop we had during the pandemic, and I'll get my chart out and I'll give you the actual numbers. But you got to realize that last rally up to November of 2000, that was the end of it. They made that last big stand. Wall Street got their last money. That was it. But those rates are gone now. Now we got all this liquidity that's pushed in the market for 13 years. You got to get that liquidity back out. And when you're not raising rates fast enough, you're not going to get that liquidity out. And that's the problem. And Powell was interesting listening to him today. He knows he's screwed, and he knows I'm right, that the market's going to drop 50% from where we are now. And basically, if you listen to him, I'll paraphrase what he said. He's saying basically, gee, I'm sorry. I'm in over my head. I have no idea what I'm doing. Remember, I'm a political appointee. I'm not here because of my experience or my knowledge. I have no such knowledge or experience in these kind of matters. I have no idea what I'm doing. And he's good, and he basically was saying, I'm sorry, I made a big mistake. Instead of focusing on the spread between a 10-year Treasury and 3-month Treasury. So if they got wider and wider, that would have told me we're in trouble. But I didn't look at that. I wrongly was focusing on the difference between the current 3-month Treasury and the market price of derivatives. I screwed up. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. And usually you only have maybe two that are inverted. Maybe you have the 5-year and the 10-year inverted, and the 3-year and the 10-year inverted. 2 out of 9. We got all 9 inverted. That goes to tell you, when you have all 9 inverted, you got the 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, 6 month. You got the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. Boy, to get that, you're screwed. It only happened one time before. It took down the market in 2007, 2008. Right where we are now, same thing. But nobody wants to tell you that truth. But if you know how to sell short stocks, you're going to be just fine. There'll be a heyday for you. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, the 10-year Treasury is the most important to look at because that's the one that keeps us in business. That's right. Because we're tied totally to house building, real estate. That's all we do in this country. That's all we do. When someone buys a house, they're buying furniture. They're buying, you know what it is. When you buy a house, you're out there. I mean, that's what we do. And when you have, think about this. We had, from 2008, I'm looking at, I'll put it up on my, if you're watching me on the internet, I'll put it up here so you can see it. We had a huge boom, okay, in the housing market from 2010, 2011. Because why? Because the 10-year Treasury was 1.6%. Huge. And then the first correction we had was in 2018. Because what did they do? Powell starts panicking, right? Because here's what, this is why we had, I told you yesterday, we've had 48 recessions. Can you imagine that? 48 recessions. Now, again, we've been in business what? The housing stock market's been in business what, 231 years, something like that, since 1792, whatever that is. So that's not too bad. But 48 recessions. Now, I think the 48 recessions came from 1917 to where we are today. And those recessions, the reason why they occurred is because of the Federal Reserve. Again, political appointments. When you have a Federal Reserve that's sitting there and they're raising rates like Powell's been doing, they keep raising it, and they don't know what they're doing, they're just raising, then all of a sudden what happens is your inflation starts pulling back, starts contracting. But they got to identify that. If they don't identify that, then they keep tightening. And then when they get to a point, they go, oh my God, we've been tightening. We didn't realize inflation's been coming down as we've been tightening. Now we've over-tightened. Oh my God. And they panicked. That's what they did in 2018. They panicked. And then they turned around and they dropped interest rates. For example, that 2018, the 10-year Treasury was 3%. They dropped it back down to 0.1% to get the housing market moving. And that was from March 2020. That's when the housing market exploded from March 2020 up to January 2022. By driving that 10-year Treasury so low, that it exploded the housing market, but that's all fake. So the problem is when these guys at the Federal Reserve, political appointees, are raising rates and they don't realize we're getting inflation to contract and they still continue to raise rates, that's when you get in trouble. Because as I say, they panic and all of a sudden they cut rates, and when they cut rates, then finally you get a crash. And that's right where we are now. And I told everybody this morning, my group, Phil's Gang, that I believe the market is going to drop 50% from where we are now. And we're going to go right back to that low of March 2020. And my thinking is this. If you go to the low of March 2020, that big rally, March 2020 up to January 2022, that was all manufactured. That was financially engineered. I mean, can you imagine bringing a rate down from 1.5% down to 0.8%? Free money. They're giving out free money. So it created this fake rally, and they put all this, and what that does, it puts liquidity into the market. So much liquidity. Everybody's down at the bank borrowing money. They haven't been able to get the liquidity out. That's the danger. Now what happened? From January 2022 to October, that infamous October low, the market collapsed. And then rates went to 4.1% on the 3-month and 4% on the 10-year. And then the market started to rally from October 2022 up to where we are today on rates that are 5%. In a 10-year, 4%. You don't rally on rates like that. It's a sucker's play, huge sucker play. So the money that went into the market from March 2020 to January 2022, and the money that went in the market from October 2022 to where we are today, it's going to collapse this market. It's going to collapse it because they have not been able to pull it back out. So Powell is sitting here, really what he's saying today, I'm sorry, I really screwed up. And he's saying, he said, I didn't know what I was doing. I was not looking at the spread between the 10-year and the 3-month. I was focusing on the difference between the 3-month Treasury and the derivatives. I screwed up when I should have been looking at the inversion between 3-month and 10-year. And then he says, what he really said was, I'm really sorry. I didn't understand by taking rates, offering people who have savings at the bank, who are getting at the bank, let's say a 0.25%, and I say to them, well, why don't you take your money out of the bank, that you're getting a 0.25%, and the government will give you 5% for 3 months. He goes, I didn't realize they would take all their money out of the bank. I didn't realize the government, myself and Yellen, what we were doing is crowding everybody out. We were telling everybody that goes to have savings in their own personal bank, pull your money out. Why stay there at 25%? I'll give you on 3 months, I'll give you 5%. I didn't realize when everybody pulled their money out, there's no money left at the banks. And what money's left at the banks, they're going to raise their rates to 10%. They're not going to want to loan it. And I destroyed the business. I destroyed small businesses. I destroyed the community. I destroyed the country. I didn't know I was doing that. But you know what? I thought we were okay because I thought it was under control by the banking committee. The banking committee that Maxine Waters in charge of in Washington. She's the head of the banking committee, and she is responsible for keeping our economy on a sound footing. Yeah, Maxine, she keeps our economy on a sound footing because she continues to monitor our country's banks, our country's assets. She monitors the budget deficits, which are linked directly to inflation. And because inflation is a huge and a bigger threat than war or active terrorism or pandemic, and yes, even the green environment, I thought we'd be okay because Maxine Waters is in charge and she was going to take care of us and we'd be okay, to kind of be okay. I didn't know she was a dope. I didn't know. So everything's gotten out of control. I also didn't understand when the government keeps offering these the higher rates that I was destroying small businesses. I didn't know that. See, this is basically what he was trying to say today, but he didn't have the guts to say it. And here's the other thing he didn't have the guts to say. Watch your 10-year Treasury yield, because we're very close now to this crash. Because if it gets to around 4.35%, and we're at 4.22%, it's over. It's over. The defaults are going to be incredible. Right now, take a look at the credit cards. Look at the defaults on the credit cards. In 24 months, defaults are up 24% or 42%. I could walk down the Main Street here in Sarasota and say, what do you think would happen if the rates go from 4.22 to 4.35? They would know. They look at me like, what the hell is this guy nuts? What's he talking about? What's a rate? People have no idea how close we are at this market to go down 50%. They have no idea because they're masking it. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that. Well, guess what? My members are going to do just fine because when it does go down, we'll be shorting the market, making money all the way down. Please join our gang. Try it for 10 days free.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, just listen to Phil Grandy.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. There's many reasons to listen to a radio show, but I think to listen to my show, you get the truth, you get clarity, and you get great information.
No matter what level of investor you are, Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success.
You know what? Most of all, it's fun. philsgang.com. Clarity, good information, and fun.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, when you join our gang, you're going to learn how the market works. 99.9999% of people have no clue how the market works. They have no clue how the bond market identifies what the stock market's going to do if you just listen to it. Just listen to it. It sends you an actual message, the bond market. To give you a great example, on January 2022, we had, I'm sorry, on March 2020, the end of the pandemic, we had that crash. And they wanted to get that rally going from March up to January 2022, so they dropped rates, right? From the 3-month Treasury from 1.6% down to 0.1%. Think about that for a minute. Then they took the 10-year Treasury at 1.5 because they want to start selling houses, and they dropped that down to 0.8%. So that was, remember, March 2020. That was the COVID crash. Remember that? Before that, we had the 2018 crash. But let's stick with the COVID crash. Then they ran that COVID. Everybody went crazy buying houses and stocks. It was a financially engineered market. Made a fortune all the way up to January 22nd. And then it stopped dead. And then the market collapsed down to that infamous October we talks about. Because what happened, again, we had rates going up. The 10-year Treasury went from 0.8% to 1.5%. So the market crashed. See, each time, if you go back to 2008, we had 3 corrections. 2018, and why did it collapse? Because of the rate hike on the 3-month and 10-year. Then we had February 2020, crashed again, same reason. And our final crash, 2022, same reason. So they control these yields because they control the bubble. These bubbles are created. They create them automatically. So the key is they create bubbles, the dot-com bubble, the housing bubble. This is the QE bubble we're in. It's the end. It's over for QE. And that's why if you're going to be in this kind of market, because it's the only kind of market you be in. There's no more buy and hold market. Those days are gone. There's no more fundamentals. Those days are gone. You simply follow the money. And when rate yields are down, you buy. Yields are up, you short. That's why if you don't learn how to short, you can't make money. And that's why you're going to keep losing your butt in 401ks. There's no way you can make money consistently in a 401k without shorting. Not in this environment. You go back prior to 2008, sure you could. You could buy and hold. But now, no way, because they manipulate these yields up and down to create bubbles. And then when the bubble's created, they bust the bubble, so it collapses, so that the very wealthy can make a lot of money as the market goes down. Shorting. Then they create another bubble. We're right in line for the next crash. So the money's going to be made on the way down. So in the meantime, you got people buying stocks when the 3-month Treasury's at 5.4% and the 10-year Treasury's over 4? At 4.22? Why would anybody buy stocks or a house when the 10-year Treasury's at 4.22 when before you're buying a 10-year Treasury at 8/10 of 1%, not even 1%, and you're buying 10-year Treasuries at 1.6%. So now you think people are going to run and buy houses? Now that the yield's at 4.1 and the economy's going to be okay, and the 3-month Treasury's now at 5.4%, which means all the banks out there have to buy money at 5.4% from the Federal Reserve, when they're buying money from the Federal Reserve when everything was at 1/10 of 1%. Everything is tied to the yields, but they don't want you to know that. They don't talk about it. They want you to be part of the herd. They want you to have a herd mentality is what they want. Well, we don't have a herd mentality here at Phil's Gang. And it doesn't matter to us if the market goes up or the market goes down. And that's the position we promised to put you in. So you don't have to worry anymore when the market goes down. You don't have to worry and say, what do you think the market's going to do? And then you don't get in that awful position and you're going to buy on every dip. It goes down, it's buying a dip. You keep losing your butt. Look what happened the other day. The other day, when everybody was waiting for the earnings from NVIDIA to go out, right? And I said to my gang members, and we were in NVIDIA. Remember, we were in NVIDIA. We bought NVIDIA back in April of 2023. Then we bought again in June 7th of 2023. We made a lot of money on that stock. And then the other day, when we knew they were going to have this big rally, I said, and Steve said the same thing, sell into it. Don't buy it. We got great profits. Sell into it. Then we'll turn around and sell it short. And look what happened yesterday. The stock went from 468 all the way up to, I think it was 502, and today it's all the way back down. Gave it all back. And I told everybody that was going to happen. But instead of losing money, you should be making money when these stocks drop. And we'll help you do that. Because once you understand how the yields guide the stock market, you're not going to get caught again. You're not going to get caught. People who are buying stocks right now with that 10-year Treasury of 4.22, you're so screwed. You have no idea how screwed you are. You have no idea. No idea. Unbelievable. So now what we've been doing, we've been setting up ourselves for short. So we started to short all the regional banks, and because the regional banks are getting killed because they have all the loans, commercial loans. So we started to sell all these regional banks, and we're doing quite well with them. And they're where are they here? I'll get them right here. So we sold the ETF is KRE. And you buy a basket of them. They just turned red on our chart. If you're following me on the chart, you can see it. Just turned red. Just turned red. So there should be a big collapse in these banks. So that's going to be a great short. So you got to put yourself in that position. Not sit there and be afraid and say, oh, my God, the market's going down. No, say, that's great. The market's going down. We also have another one. We're just started today, RF. Remember, if you're a gang member and I'm giving you these symbols, please do not trade. Please do not trade, because I can't get a hold of you, okay? So, oh, that's great. I don't have to join the gang. He just gave me the stock. And then you lose money, and I read somewhere, I listened to Phil, I lost money. But you don't tell them the other half of the story. I never joined the gang. I'm too cheap. I thought I wouldn't have to pay $39.95. He gave me the stock on the radio, so I traded it. That was my mistake. PNC is another one. Now, PNC, we've been shorting PNC from around August 22nd. Look how good that's doing. You got to know how to short. And then we have some other great stocks that are going to... UNH is another one that's going to collapse. That's another one that's going to collapse. So there's some great stocks, because understand why all these stocks are going to collapse. Because your 10-year Treasury yield is no longer, okay, at 0.8 or 1.5%. You're at 4%, 4.22. My God, if we get up to 4.35, 4.36, all hell is going to break loose. But nobody's going to believe me. No one's going to believe it. And remember, we have 9 inverted yield curves. Not 1, not 2. It's not just the 10-year and the 3-year. It's not just the 10-year and the 3 months. They're all inverted. We only had that one time in the history of 230, how many years the market's been around? 231 years, only one time, the 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, 6 month, all inverted. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, all inverted. You got to be kidding me. This is the second time that's happened. And everything's lining up just like it did in 2008. We got oil prices going up. They're going to go higher. We got these inverted yield curves. I mean, there's such an opportunity to learn how to sell short. And once you do that, then you're going to be just fine. If you're sitting there every day thinking, I got to find a stock that's going up, and then you're going to give your money back. So join the gang for free for 10 days. And you'll have fun doing it. And if you decide not to stay, that's fine. All we're asking is please help St. Jude if you don't stay, and you make some money off what you learned. Help St. Jude. See you in the
with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
There. That was all right, huh?